Hey everybody, how are we doing? Let's turn this on. How are we all? Is everybody well? See if we can get this there like that. Let's go there. In fact, there we go. In fact, let's go there like that. How is everybody doing? Hello Death Creek, hello Purples, Herald and Leo. How are you doing? Leo in chat person. Is that her? Is that who? Is that her? The legendary cover sister. Oh yeah. Yes. This is the lady. I've had her for a while and I thought it would be an appropriate day to paint her, and we're also we are also going to use some new brushes, because Golden Maple very kindly sent me some brushes to try out. So we're going to try these as well. So we're going to use these on her. That's the plan anyway. You did actually paint her forever ago. Nice. Where is gallery? Oh yes, perps. Yes, perps. Check that out, everybody. Check that out, everyone. Yeah, very cool. Gorgeous model, really, really nice model. And appropriate to paint today, I think. Appropriate to paint today. So my Sisters of Battle are red, as you can see. So this needs a purple shade on it, and then we can carry on painting her up. Yeah, how's everybody doing today? Alfredo, how are you doing? Actually, Firecast Model, I found her perfect. Yeah, she's pretty good, isn't she? Imagine having this bottle and not having painted her yet. Have you not painted her yet, Target? Or are you referring to me? I've got loads of the Sisters special models. So we also have that one, which is also really nice, and I also have that one, which is also really nice. So I got tons of I got tons of Sisters, and at some point we will do some really cool Sister stuff, particularly with like massive cool like fucking stained glass window helmets. So yeah, at some point I've pretty much got the army. I've got the army minus things like tanks, so I've got loads of infantry. So at some point we will kind of rocket on. You do have the... Oh, have you got the John Blanche Kickstarter stuff? The On Guard ones? Oh no, not the On Guard ones. You got the other ones, didn't you, Target? We're painting her in loving memory of her. Yeah, of course we are, Pixel. Of course we are. Of course we are, dude. Alfredo, how are you doing? I'm painting my bases for my white scars in a John Blanche colour scheme style. Nice. So no. I mean, this has actually turned out quite well, because John Blanche famously didn't use any blue in any of his paintings, which is why his paintings are always so warm and kind of like gritty. So there is no blue on this, so that's kind of actually perfect. Nice big Inquisitor warband. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like this helmet. It's so goofy. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, isn't it? I think I've got about 3 of them. I think I've got 3. I was going to do like a bodyguard for a Canoness. I was going to do a Canoness. I mean, like maybe like just this one, and her bodyguard was going to have all the stupid helmets. It was going to look really, really cool. But again, it's one of those plans and stuff. In the Doctor inventory, he explains why he doesn't use blue, and that's something I would never have thought. Yeah, it fades, doesn't it? Yeah, I knew that years ago. I'd forgotten the reason that it's because it fades, but I did know that he'd never used blue, which is why his kind of artwork is so iconic, because it's always kind of shades of warm. There's just no kind of blue and stuff in there. Fades in the daylight as he presents it. My white scars use khaki as a shade colour and no blue at all. Nice one, Alfredo. So yeah, it's kind of perfect that we haven't got any blue on this. So depending on how this turns out, we might kind of even go a little bit Blanchitsu on it and do it really kind of gritty and grimy. We need to put... so the first thing we need to do... So this is a cold red, which I know is a little bit weird because I've just said that there's no kind of blue in his painting. So this is a colder red, but we're going to use this as a shadow, and then we're going to put a black shading all over it, and then we're going to highlight it up from there. People, look how Christopher is suffering because he can't use blue. No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. No, no blue on these models is all okay. I'm really enjoying painting black at the moment. So, like painting black at the moment has been really, really good fun. I've been enjoying painting black. So, yeah, we get to use some golden maple paintbrushes today, and they're rather interesting actually because they sent me these. And two of them are normal pointy ones, and then these three are like little flathead arrows, which is really interesting. So I'm curious to use these on some larger models at some point, because these ones, they're not going to be great for kind of small stuff like this. If I can get it out, there we go. Look. So it's like a flattened arrow, so it's wide on that, and then narrow on that, and then you get the point. So I think this will be quite interesting to see what sort of mark it gives on things like busts. So I will probably do that at some point. So yeah, thank you to Golden Maple for sending these over just for me to try. I don't know what they're like. I haven't tried them yet. I'm going to get the size 1 out so that we can paint a little bit of this lady. So we're going to try that and see what it's like. I heard Golden Maple brushes are really good. Like, I like it's one of those things. Like, if somebody asked me what like TV or what laptop to get, like, there's not really any bad stuff out there at the moment. There is very good stuff, but there's not any bad stuff. So I don't think there are bad brushes out there. If you buy some of the kind of recognised brands sort of thing. Yeah, I'm very interested, and I love wood. So automatically I really like having wood handles. Or they're very light. They are incredibly light. I do like a little bit of weight on my brushes, but. Yeah, so we're gonna try a little bit of that. How is everybody doing today? Are we all okay? Are we all well? Are we all well? Do-do-do. I don't know whether to do just jet black. I'm tempted just to do jet black on a wash, on like a glaze. Alfredo, honestly, I am also amazed that nothing came out from Games Workshop yesterday. Like, I can understand it for the vast majority of employees who left. But John Blanche, really?
Yes,
you're not gonna put like.
I'm also God's favourite
Hey
princess
Tari,
and the most
how are you doing?
interesting girl in the world.
Yeah, for John Blanche, you're not gonna put like a little post out about like, thank you very much for your, I don't know, just something. I thought it was quite poor form, but not a good look. So I was talking to a friend about it. I'm not going to say who it was. I was talking to a friend about it, and I said, if the first post on Warhammer Community today isn't something about John Blanche, I mean, they don't even have to say R.I.P. or anything. They could just say, here's John Blanche artwork. Like, I understand them not wanting to. Well, I can't understand them, but I can sympathise with them not wanting to. I don't know. I mean, I can't really. I mean, he's the reason the Warhammer universe is the way it is. But I was trying to say that I can sort of understand how they didn't want to associate themselves with somebody who's left and then started doing other work, because Games Workshop are a little bit like that. However, all they needed to do was a post of remembering John Blanche's artwork and then 10 pieces of his artwork. Like, oh, is it actually come up? Is it actually up? Sorry, I don't know why I left Discord up. What does it say? So it's just artwork. Oh. Fair enough. He will be missed. He will be missed. That's quite... Yeah, maybe don't abort rant. That's quite cool actually. That line is quite cool because they've been all their recent stuff has been "You will not be missed." Like if you like piss around with our IP or you start making it about Nazis or some weird SS thing, you will not be pissed. Like fuck off. But that line, I'll give them massive props for that because that's in the context of what they are doing at the moment. That's actually quite cool. Okay, they've recovered a little bit then. They've recovered a little bit. Honestly, they should do a White Dwarf tribute issue. They yeah, yeah. What they posted today feels more like they had to do than I wanted to do. I mean, but that's that's one paragraph. Yeah, that's one paragraph. They could have written that yesterday. The amount of times they rush out an article when something leaks, and they post it the same day. That's like, this is John Blanche, and he's passed away, and that sucks. And I had the absolute pleasure to work with him on one project. I did one project with him, and it was really cool. And the guy's lovely. The guy's really awesome, and he's one of those kind of, not famous, but he's one of those people that has presence, and can influence the room to be better. Whether that makes any sense or not, he had that sort of presence in a room to make everybody feel better and to make everybody push their abilities and talent, if you like, or hard work just a little bit further. He was so good. He was so good. So yeah, R.I.P. Mr. Blanche, sir. He will be missed. You will not be missed as a double meaning. Historically, it was in the text. Yes, it was second edition. Yes, purple. So it was second edition. Yeah. And PR, and this feels like I had to more than I want to. Is their community marketing team one guy or something? No, it's loads of people. Anyway, I don't want to kind of, like, now they've done it, I don't want to kind of, like, hark on at them, because the dude was a legend. So, let's paint something. Let's paint something for him. So we're going to paint this. We're going to paint his Sister of Battle, with my a set of brushes which were, like I say, very kindly sent out to me to try. So I'm going to see what these are like. How is everybody? How is everybody else today? Are we all okay? Are we all well? I need to put some water in my water bottle, water cup, and I'm not going to go and fill it up. So I'm just going to pour some in like that. Okay. I normally fill it up on the tap, but I can't be bothered to leave you and get up and go and get water, and then come back again. Put some water in the wet palette. So yeah, that was the kind of guy he was. He had a really cool presence in the room that improved everybody there. So yeah, right. Black. So we're gonna do black. And we're gonna see what these are like. Shall we put some music on as well? How's everybody today? Is everybody doing well? It's a great idea. Thank you for sharing this. You're welcome, Mark. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to get bogged down too much because, like I say, the guy made everybody better, so I don't want to make everybody worse and bitch. I'd rather make everybody better and paint. Music. That was what it was. How are you doing, Mark? Happy whatever day it is. Shit, I can't remember what day it is. Tuesday? No, hang on, Thursday. It's Thursday. Let me know if that music is loud enough. And let's paint. Let's paint. Let's dance. Yeah, that's a very good simile. John Blanche is to the Warhammer community what David Bowie was to the music industry. I actually think that's really close. Because I was never a particularly avid David Bowie fan. In the same way, I was never particularly an avid John Blanche artwork fan. Like, his artwork was cool, and I liked the artwork, and I kind of appreciated it. And then David Bowie passed away, and that for some reason absolutely ruined me for a week. And he's pretty much the only famous person who's passed away that's had some sort of impact on my life following it. And it was really odd. I found it very bizarre to try to quantify why I felt so sad that he passed. And I remembered an interview that he did, and a comment that he made about a performance that he did, a live performance that he did. And the interview was, or the line from the interview that I thought was really interesting was, he said that he can't sing. Oh, Chris Cornell fucking ruined me, to be fair. Yeah, to be fair, Chris Cornell as well. So Chris Cornell and David Bowie. But David Bowie came out of nowhere. Like, I wasn't expecting to be hit so hard by David Bowie, because I was never really a fan of his music, kind of thing. Like, I liked some of his songs, it was all cool. Chris Cornell, fucking love all his stuff. But yeah, there was a trying to get back on track, because you know what I'm like with the little butterfly wings. He said in an interview, David Bowie said in an interview that he can't sing. Like, he can't sing. He knows he can't sing, and he can't like write good songs. Like, the songs aren't that good. But like, two wrongs sort of make a right in the creative industry, sort of thing. So if you can't do things, and you can't do two things, and you kind of put them together, they sort of cancel each other out, and you get some kind of creative direction in it. And that was, I thought that was really a really kind of powerful little line. And again, David Bowie had presence. Whenever he'd talk, he'd always have something really interesting to say. And whenever John Blanche painted, he'd always have something really interesting to say. And then the other one, which will probably make me cry, because it just kind of highlights how cool Bowie was in terms of what he was trying to do, and how much he appreciated everybody kind of following him and supporting him while he did this creative process that he did. There's a few live performances where you can just basically see that he's up on stage, and I'm sure there's plenty of artists that do this, but like this, for some reason, Bowie really hit me for it. He was up on stage and he was just like, I'm really enjoying this. I'm just going to keep playing. Like, does anybody have to go anywhere? Like, do you all need to go home at all? I'm just going to keep playing. So he just kept playing. Like, he played album. I'm tearing up again. He played album after album after album just because everybody was there to watch him. Everybody was there to see him. So he was like, fuck it, let's just keep playing. I'm really enjoying this. You guys are all amazing. And he just did encore after encore after encore. I think honestly, I think John Blanche is on a similar vein to that. Like, he just paints, he just sits there and he just sat there and he just painted and he created such iconic concept art, and he created such atmosphere in all the stuff that he did, that he was able to reach out from his canvas, reach out from his easel, reach out from his desk, and touch fucking millions of people. So that was a that was a weird thought travel, but there you go. I would be locked in the gig forever as long as he played. I would die from lack of food. I mean, yeah, he was a fantastic. He was really good. And like after he passed away, like I went back and Heroes, the live version of Heroes chokes me up every single time I hear it now for some reason, because it's just really good. And I'm curious. I'm curious to kind of go back through all John Blanche's. Art and see which ones I've not like forgotten, but see which ones I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that. I really like that one. Like 20 years ago, that I did XYZ because of this picture, and stuff like that. So yeah. Feel free to share your thoughts, please. These are not bad. There's something weird about the texture of the bristles that's holding on to the paint a little bit. Like, the bristles don't let the paint off in the same way that some of the other brushes that I use do. Yes, yeah, Film Deg. If you ever want any kind of really interesting interviews with the X Games Workshop stuff, they'll never ask me because I never did anything interesting. But like John Blanche and Gav Thorpe and Andy Chambers and Jervis Johnson and all that lot, go check out Film Deg. It's like wallpaper. You kind of forget to just take a moment and look at his work until something like this, and you start going back over his stuff and finding a renewed appreciation. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Tori. I think that was that whole little thought thing about him and David Bowie. I think has been rather interesting. I don't know whether I'm ever going to be able to clip that. I will probably try and clip that and put it on YouTube at least. I don't think I'll be able to clip it and put it on Instagram, but too long. John Blanche's art works very well for revisiting it, because your eyes will change over the years and you might discover new things over time. Yeah, I think the one thing that's really interesting about his artwork is the amount of detail in it. Like, I absolutely love Karl Kopinski, good friend, and his kind of artwork, his kind of sketchy style, and there's loads of detail in that, in terms of emotion in brushstrokes and things. But if you want to talk about like emotion and atmosphere from brushstrokes, John Blanche's stuff is so good. Like emoting with a brushstroke. Paging through secondhand books over and over as a kid. Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Blanche. It was an absolute pleasure. And rest in peace. And I like the insistence that his On Guard game was all hand sculpted. All hand sculpted creativity and expression sort of thing, rather than CAD designed models. So you do have those marks and tool marks on the models. And I also like that they were a larger scale as well. Did anybody grab any of the On Guard stuff? I don't know whether it's still up on Kickstarter actually. You got the other one. Oh, nice one, Tari. The one with the assassins. So that's one of my favourite pieces of artwork that he did. The assassins, the Death Cult assassins that he drew from Inquisitor. I know that's all kind of like sexy female assassin kind of thing, but shoot me for liking badass ladies. Yeah, I really like that piece of artwork. I used that. What did I use that piece of artwork for? I used it in something at Games Workshop. Because I had to... What did I do? What did I use that for? I can't remember what I used that. I need to try and find those models, by the way. They are on my Inquisitor model list, which I need to get a hold of. The Death Cult Assassins. Severina and Savora, is that what they are? Is that what their names were? I need to try and find those. Very interested in the game, but never do Kickstarter. I think 54mm was a very good choice because those minis are more fun to paint. Yeah, I'm convinced that if Inquisitor came out and they were plastic miniatures rather than metal, that might have changed the direction on a fair few skirmish games in the future. Because I think 54mm is really cool. I think Shatterpoint was really interesting that it was 40mm, but true scale 40mm rather than heroic scale, so it's actually a little bit more similar in scale to like 32mm heroic. But yeah, I think if Inquisitor, and I've got a load of Inquisitor models to paint. I think if Inquisitor was plastic, it might have been more popular. Not saying that it wasn't, but been more popular than it was. And B, changed some of the skirmish games going forward. Did some great artwork of women that weren't just Lady Barbarian in chainmail bikini. His women were dirty, scarred and dangerous. Oh my god, Belladonna. Was it Belladonna? Mad Donna, obviously Madonna. Mad Donna from Necromunda. I mean, yeah, sorry, that's a Lady Barbarian in a chainmail bikini, but yeah, he did some proper badass ladies. Where is Severina and Savora? You have that many. I don't have that many. But yeah, it's just because it was Madonna. It was fantastic. Severina and Savora. I'm sure it was Severina and Savora. Yeah, there we go. God, I'm good. I'm good, aren't I? Yeah, there we go. Look. Those two. Fucking cool. So they're that's the two models that I want. They're one of the last couple of models that I want for Inquisitor. Is that going to let me go back? I'm sure John Blanche did the artwork for those. Doesn't look like he did. Did he not? Maybe he didn't. I'm sure he did one. Was it a different Death Cult assassin? I've got an image in my head of a John Blanche Death Cult assassin artwork. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not losing it. I'm not losing it. I thought I was losing it then. Yeah, there you go. Madonna was a badass. Madonna was awesome. Yeah, Madonna was awesome. I have a sneaky suspicion that they tried to re-release her, and they maybe went a little bit too far with the sculpt, and they felt that they had to pull it because it was a bit too over the edge. But yeah, I have a sneaky suspicion that she was supposed to have been re-released. That was Mark Gibbons too, not Blanche. What was Gibbons? Madonna. Yeah, Madonna was Gibbons. That's very true. Did I say? Yeah, because that was Gibbons' classic look. Okay, I heard that click. Give me a second. I've got a battery here. The Twin Sisters were available on random bases in the starter sets, if I recall. The Twin Sisters were available on random base in the starter sets. What do you mean, Mark? What Twin Sisters? And what starter set? I'm not sure I know about that. Inquisitor came out while I was working at Games Workshop. I loved that game. It was really cool. And I had Severina and Savora. Besides maybe the Marine and the Inquisitors, all the other characters were more or less refined versions of Blanche's artwork. Yes. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. The Demon Host was, wasn't it? The Demon Host was. The Assassins were... I think there was the Admech dude, the Admech, whatever his name was. And then there was the Sergeant, the Imperial Guard Sergeant. Oh, Tari's on the lurk. No! Tari, come back. Okay, so we have to decide here what colour's the armour, what colour the armour is going to be, and then what colour the cloth is going to be, because we're going to have red something, but are we going to have red cloth or are we going to have red armour? And I think we're going to go red armour. And if we go red armour, do we have black cloth? I think we probably do, don't we? Severina and Savora starter sets had random minis with them. Did they? I can't remember that. I can vividly remember being delivered Severina and Savora at my desk at Games Workshop, because back then you could pre-order or you could order came out of your wage, which they stopped doing. You could order models that were coming out, and they would be delivered to your desk via internal mail, which was very satisfying. So I can literally remember getting the box that said they used to send all my internal mail to Froz, F-R-O-Z. That was my nickname. So it was always just Froz. I think I've got one box left that says Froz, UK Design Studio Games Workshop. So I remember getting the box and opening it up, and I had Severina and Savora in there with Eisenhorn and what was the other one? The other Inquisitor, which I've had to go and buy again. Where can you find Inquisitor 28 rules? Literally just search Inquisitor 28, and then you'll find all the rules. I've got the Inquisitor rulebook somewhere behind me. I don't know whether the Inquisitor rulebook is on the shelf over there or next door, but yeah, just Google Inquisitor 28. And you will find said rulebook as a PDF. Because the actual Inquisitor rulebook is very difficult to get hold of, same with Mordheim. Okay, so that's going to be black. I'm going to black that out. We need to drill a hole in the barrel. What colour corset is she going to have? See you later, Mark. Thanks for dropping in, dude. Have a good one. Thanks for sharing your Blanche stories. Right, so black cloth, if we're going to do this black. And she's definitely going to have black hair, isn't she? Because she's an iconic sister of battle. Or do you give her white hair, actually? Do we go white hair or black hair? Would be averse to white hair. Would not be averse to white hair. Okay, let's get some red going on, because now we've got that kind of marked down a little bit. Kyogi said, get your elbow off the stream. I mean, what kind of pro streamer has their fucking elbow all over the stream because they're typing something typing a message to a friend? How are you, Xanth? Hello, Kilkster. How are you? How is everybody doing? Is everybody well over there? Kilky Kilkster. We are honouring an artist today, Kilky, because one of the best, one of the greatest, one of the most fantastic concept artists who worked for Games Workshop sadly passed away yesterday. So I'm painting one of the models which was sculpted as pretty much an exact copy of his piece of artwork. And to be fair, I should probably put his artwork up. There we go. There is said artwork. You heard about Blanche. I'm glad you are well, dude. I'm glad you're well. Yeah, I had the absolute pleasure on working with him on one project while I was at Games Workshop, and yeah, he's as good as all the stories make out. The guy's brilliant. Oh, so been painting War Machine. Oh, you're getting back into War Machine. I say getting back into. I think you played War Machine before. Is that right? I think you used to play War Machine. If you didn't, I apologise. Yeah, have you been enjoying it? Are you at all interested in diving into 11th? Or are you AOSing when it comes to Games Workshop? After the Brits bought the company. Oh. Still won't be my main game. It's it looks interesting. I have nothing to make content for 11th edition. Let's put it that way. Sigmar 5th is going to be a real test for me. Hopefully they don't mess it up like they did with 4th, but Games Workshop really don't seem to care about Sigmar as much. I don't know what's happening with Sigmar. It's a weird one, isn't it? That's next year, isn't it? 5th? Sigmar 5th? Is that the one that's rumoured to explode? Just uploaded a kit bash I made for a model I have planned for Inquisitor 28 or Necromunda. Ooh. Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. None of my sources have confirmed anything about booming the scene like old times. Okay. I know some things, but not a lot. Gotcha. Very cool, Alfredo. The end times. Hopefully whatever happens with that, I'll be able to do a little bit of content. I'll get sent some stuff for that, which would be nice. We will see. I wonder what the other race is going to be next to Stormcast, or even if Stormcast are going to be in there and it's going to be Cities of Sigmar. That might be quite interesting. Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be Stormcast. I wonder what the other race will be. Right. Red. I love it. I love it. These brushes are quite nice. Why is my chair all squeaky all of a sudden? It's never been squeaky. What's it look like in red? Does it look okay?
alert, rude alert, abandoned shop. This is not a daffodil. Repeat, this is not a daffodil.
Hey, Adrian, how are you doing? I must work and lurk, thus I must scream. I must work and lurk, thus I must scream. No screaming. No need to scream. How are you, Avian? Happy, what day did we decide it was? Thursday. Happy Thursday. Something broke during an update, so I have to almost start back at 0. Oh no, what at work? Has work gone tits up? Is tits up a phrase in America? Do you understand that phrase over there? Everything gone tits up. Just had a realization that maybe it doesn't translate over to America. Feels like a very English saying, that. Yep, understand it. It's gone pear-shaped. Okay, gotcha. Pear-shaped, tits up. Is it something that's said over there, or is it just something that you understand because of the context of the thing? No, I might not know all the Britishisms, but yes. Okay, so the challenge is here. We've also got to shift this to be really contrasty and try and get some shadows into the red as well. So very busy day for you, Mr. Avian. Avion, Mr. Avion. I wonder whether I can put a pen cap on the end for a little bit of extra weight. Yeah, that's not bad. Made you go and look it up. Fantastic. some Formula 1 back tomorrow as well. We've got Monaco Grand Prix, which is going to be super cool. Just a fraction light. Going to be watching the Japan League One Rugby Championship and see if Kubota Spears win this year. Oh, fantastic! Is that this weekend? Kubota Spears. I've got another video to do tonight for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, so I've got another video to do for that, and then obviously I've got this video to do as well. She's looking pretty good actually. Quite like this. She looks quite cool. Helps to read the censored stream title. Chris answered my question and made me sad again. Yeah. Yeah. Hey Slaith, how you doing? I'm going to. I did a. I don't know. It was about a 20 minutes kind of conversation about, because I had the pleasure to work with him on one project while I was at Games Workshop, and so I did a little 20-minute thing just talking about it, so I'm going to cut that out and put that one on YouTube just on its own, which would be quite nice I think. But yeah, impact. Hence why we are painting this today. It's on Sunday, sorry. But yeah, I've got all the cool Sisters of Battle models. So at some point we'll do something funky with them all. At some point. His artwork always generated the feels, mostly getting disturbed, but I think that was the point. Hey, go for it. How you doing? No need to have a great paint job. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I shall. Right. Yes. Right. How much of this? See, the problem with this is that we are kind of heading towards corn territory in terms of red and gold. So we're going to have to be very careful about how we put the gold on. But I do quite like the black. I think the black is looking good. Greetings from Hungary, thank you very much. Where can I get a head with the stained glass helmet for my sisters? I feel my mini would look great with one. It's from the Exorcist. It's from the Exorcist tank. That's where that head is from. So you either have to buy the Exorcist tank, ask around, check on eBay and things like that. You only get one. You get one of those heads in the Exorcist tank and that's it. Red, black, silver and yellow. Nice one, Slaith. What's your Warhammer Army, Slaith? What's the red, black, silver, and yellow? Wasn't intended to go this way for the Sisters of Battle, but it's just kind of ended up going this way, which I think is quite cool. Right, so let's use Victorian brass. Let's use some Victorian brass and just see how... This might be too orange, that's the only thing. Might end up being too orange. It's not too bad. I'll leave that one for a second. I just want to glaze a little bit of black into these shadows on the red. Trying to get the red. Maybe bonus that a gold could work. Yes, that is a possibility as well. going to increase the contrast on the red. Go nice and dark. Always the way to make red look good. Go really contrast heavy. The homebrew I created called the Bloodhounds. They're not the same ones in the fan wiki. Ah, the Bloodhounds. What's your Space Marine chapter? The Bloodhounds. That's kind of cool. And I'll definitely do some bone on here, Alfredo. Never fear, we will get some bone on here. I'm a rhyming god. Not bad at all. Trying to create a little bit of shape with some shadows as well. Has anyone seen Obsession yet? Came out a couple of weeks ago. Bloody good. Really nice to see a new generation of directors coming through. That was really exciting for me to see. Thought that film was rightly fabulous, brilliant. Rightly gaining lots of plaudits. I probably shared some pics. You have, yes, I remember now. Now you've said I couldn't remember it was called the Bloodhound, but I do remember the army. It looks awesome. How big? Without him, Warhammer wouldn't exist, pretty much. The whole atmosphere of Warhammer, like this whole atmosphere and vibe, is all his creation. So yeah, absolute legend, Vincent. Absolute legend. I'm going to clip. I had a little bit about him earlier in the stream, which I'm going to clip, cut out, and put on its own YouTube video. But I had the pleasure of working with him when I was working at Games Workshop many years ago, and he was awesome. Maybe I'm lucky and they survive. Maybe I'm not in the diarrheal coin toss. How fun are the disintegrator weapons in 30k? I want to build my army around them just because they're fun and hazard. I think they're cool. I've got a unit of them. Yeah, as far as I know, because they have a status effect as well, which is always good. It would be nice if someone in Games Workshop did an in memoriam and explain why John was so instrumental to the look and the feel of Warhammer. That would be cool. That would be cool, Avian. We've done the whole. I don't want to kind of dive back into the Games Workshop thing because we were all collectively a bit disappointed that they didn't put up a post about him earlier. They have actually put one up today, which is good. It's only a very short one, which is possibly all they needed to do, but being that short, they could have put that one up yesterday. But yeah, that would be really cool. That would be really nice. Doubtful it will happen. I don't think, but that would be really nice. Right, let's do some.
share our warpstone,
Hi.
and I will not eat you! Yet.
How you doing, Spiky boy? Spiky Ledge, how are you? At work on lunch break, nice. Welcome to the lunch break. Space Marines, the Orc models are just incredible. The Orc models do look really cool. Thank you very much. Cheers, Spiky. Thank you for the bits as well, dude. I really appreciate it. May I ask a weird ass question of lore? Yeah, you can ask whatever you like. I can't guarantee I'll answer it very well. What time is it? 5 o'clock. How's work going so far today? Spiky? Spiky Legend? Spiky Legend? So I'll have to go and crack open the books, but in either Slave of Darkness or Lost and the Damned, it told the end of the old world in the entropy, also known as Nova at the time, will win overall. So I kind of took that as a given. I don't think the unreliable nature was in use at the time, or did not consider that. So when the end times came through, I did those madmen. They actually pulled the trigger. Those madmen, they actually pulled the trigger. Are there any more purity seals on? Or is that it? Steady busy, we got a lot of weekend cottage traffic from Toronto, so a lot of people shopping for their weekend. Oh, awesome. Right, I think we definitely need some pale skin tone, don't we? Get some Cadian flesh tone in here. pretty cool. Leftover barbecue chicken with rice and broccoli. Oh, dude. Spoiling everybody's taste buds. Apparently there are a lot of Toronto FIFA tickets still unsold. There's the World Cup is going to be empty. Like all the stadiums are going to be empty. Like $3,000 ticket prices and 1,500. I think 1,500 is like the cheapest. It's ridiculous. I don't know whether they've Games Workshopped it and thought, well, we're gonna sell out anyway, so we may as well set a ridiculous price. I don't know what they've done, but yeah, it's going to be disappointingly empty. I think a lot of the stadiums, which is a shame. And the state of the pitches in some of the stadiums could end up with a ton of injuries as well. And not great quality, the pitches. Even he won't go here. We shall see what happens, eh? We shall see what happens. And what's going on with this side of her head? Very odd. It's like a tiny bit of damage there or something. Right, we're going to finish up in a little second. Back to work. Have a great day. See you later, dude. Have a good one. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, Spiky, I'm going to put the John Blanche little conversation and talk that I did up. I'm going to cut it out and put it up on YouTube, so if you want to check back, feel free. Lunch break here. Hey, Perbs. You like swapping lunch breaks. One of you goes on a lunch break, one of you comes back. I'm going to do some sausages in a little while. Throw some sausages in the oven. Whew. What have you got for lunch, Perps? Leftover salmon. Nice. Leftover salmon. Oosh. Oosh. Right, so let's yeah, I don't know which way to go with the gold. Let's put I'm weirdly tempted to try shining gold. Maybe as a highlight. Desaturated gold. That's alright, right? That looks okay. Doing identical to art or your own rendition? My own rendition, obviously, as you can see, because there's black, gold and red, and this is red, gold and black. But, yeah. My Sisters of Battle are red. They were always going to be red. So I'm just seeing if I can draw some inspiration from the original artwork. I do need to get some more contrast to the red, but it's not far off. Tyler, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you very, very much indeed. Azure is driving me crazy. What's Azure? What is Azure? Microsoft Cloud stuff. Oh no! Oh, I hope it stops driving you crazy. Troy over on YouTube. I'm thinking about 6 Metal Edition Termies to repaint a very rare Librarian, a Captain, and 2 Cyclone Missile Termies and 2 Assault Gun 2nd Gen Termies. They were in a silver cut, but would like... Is that a 3D print or a special issue? This is an old model that was sculpted and released based around John Blanche's artwork from ages ago. So this is a Games Workshop model. Oh, there we go. There's another battery gone. Right, I'm going to finish up there, everybody. We're going to drop the battery back in, so you can at least see where we finished up. So we've got to there. She's okay. We definitely need some punch from the red. We definitely need some punch from the red again. I quite like the gold. I think the gold's working out okay. She's got tons of tiny little details which we're going to have to start picking out at some point. So, yeah, she's looking alright. She's looking alright. We'll probably try and finish her off tomorrow / next week. Yeah. Really nice. Really nice. And of course, thank you as well to Golden Maple for the little test paintbrushes as well. Trying those out. Yeah, she'll do, won't she? She'll do. She looks all right. No, don't go. I've got to go. I'm hungry. I need to go and cook some dinner. Cryer is streaming. Cryer is streaming. Catch you all later, everybody. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for the chin wag. And yeah, see you later, everybody. She'll do, won't she? She'll do. She's getting there.